What is a notch party?
Oh, literally Notch, the guy who made Minecraft,
Notch
throws
party.
these debaucherous parties at his $80 million house. It's like
Jesus.
the most deprived shit you've ever seen. It's so bizarre.
Fuck.
Because you expect like a bunch of nerds playing Dungeon Dragons, just like maybe not, maybe that's a little stereotypical, but like more of a low key kind of fun vibe. I went there with some friends, and it's just so debaucherous. It's like all these, it's like the stereotypical toxic LA party with like social climbers, Instagram models, all these dudes in like Versace. Everyone spends all day at the gym.
But also, it's just weird. Like no one knows each other. It's just kinda
Nobody knows
like
Notch.
people just show up, and Notch himself wasn't even really hanging out there. It's just kind
I
of.
don't know why he does it. I'm just so perplexed by why does he do that? Because
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm assuming he probably just wants to fuck. That could be the only conceivable reason is that he just wants to fuck some cuties.
That's a lot of effort for.
Right. And yeah, I mean, hey, it's impressive, right?
So what's the craziest shit you've seen there?
Well, I actually didn't stay around long, but
But
it's just
that's
lots
when,
of illicit drugs, lots of drinking.
That's where we had the Logan Paul story.
Yeah. Should I tell that again?
No.
No, I'm kidding. People make fun of me because I apparently tell that story a lot. How dare they make fun of me? First of all, it's a great story.
It is a fantastic story.
Thank you, Zach. Anyway, it's just, it wasn't my vibe, obviously. And then it's like anyone who recognizes you is like, dude, hey, I've got, what's up, man? And they're like, I work for this YouTube. It's always like, I work for this YouTube MCN. Something like that, you know? And yeah, you could tell that none of these people even know what Minecraft is, you know? And then when Notch cruised out, I saw him briefly. He was like wearing a fedora and sandals, and like, you know, he's totally like sticks out like a sore thumb. He's really the Great Gatsby. I mean, there's really no way to describe it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Great Big Gatsby.
What is that?
The Great Big Gatsby.
The Great Big?
Isn't he a big guy?
Oh, you just called him, what are you making, fat jokes, Dan?
Yes. I was making a little bit of a fat
Yeah,
joke.
he's husky. He's husky. I wouldn't call him fat. That's just rude.
I just called him big.
He's healthy.
Well, he's healthy. No, he's apparently I actually liked Notch, and I was apparently I said something to him at that party which he's never forgiven me for. Something about,
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even
What was
remember
that
what I
about?
said, but he like I said something to him in past. I was actually excited to see him because I had never met him, and we had talked on Twitter and the DMs before, and I wanted to hang out with him. You know, I didn't care about all these other people there. And I said, man, I said, wow, something about partying a lot. I think I was just goofing around, but apparently it hit him hard. And I talked to him briefly like a month ago, and he brought it up like that I wounded him with my comment.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that on Twitter. He got all pissy at you.
Yeah, he got like, this was all public, by the way. I'm not like revealing anything private. He was being like real pissy to me on Twitter. This is weird, man. I got to dig up that.
He's kind
combo.
of notoriously an asshole.
I mean, he was nice to me, but when I met
he
him,
just randomly was an asshole to you for no reason.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
he was being kind of rude to me, I thought too.
Yeah.
But then he's like, "Oh yeah, well you said this mean thing to me like 3 years ago about partying too much." And I was like, "Oh, I swear I don't remember saying that, but I'm sorry." I only remember what I felt which was that I was excited to meet him and talk to him and hang out with him. So, but I can be an asshole. I mean, I certainly don't deny that, right?
Who doesn't?
Here's his tweet. Actually, I don't feel very comfortable interacting with you because I'm still bummed you told me I party too hard after I invited you over to a party. You were correct, by the way. The only interaction we have is you inviting me onto your podcast. I find it cringy.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. So he goes, So, by the way, Notch tweeted out something like, "Nobody wants me on their podcasts anymore," and I was like, "You're welcome to come on our podcast. I'd love to have you." And then he goes, "Dude, all you ever do is want to invite me on your podcast. It's cringy." I was like, "What? You baited me into inviting you." And yeah. I mean, what Dan read speaks for itself. I was like, "All right, dude."
You really crossed the line.
Can you find the original thing? He was like,
Yeah, very fascinating. The nonstop barrage of requests for me to stream or go on podcast or host things completely stopped. Right, and this
Okay.
was because he's like a total like alt-right asshole now. And you said come on the
well,
H3
hold
podcast.
on. I don't want to make any. No, I don't endorse what
that
Dan said.
That is why everybody stopped asking him to go.
Well,
on things.
he got political.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't want to to associate with political stuff. And so I said, well, hang on. I'd love to have you on the podcast. And then he called me cringy.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Looking at some
and
of
by
his
the way,
deleted
that's
tweets.
what?
I'm just looking at some of Notch's deleted tweets. He says like global warming is a hoax. If we were allowed to discuss IQ differences between populations, there would be fewer conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
don't-
like
He's a
that.
giant asshole. I will stand by that.
We should make it illegal to
Weirdos.
use the wrong pronouns. He says shit like that. So
Wow.
So obviously you can understand a lot of people not wanting to associate with that, but I'm like, dude, I'd love to chat with you. And by the way, his claim that the only time we've associated is me begging him to come on the podcast is absolutely false. I used to hang out when I was with Justin Roiland. We used to be like, let's hang out with Notch all the time. We would call him. And me personally, but without Justin, I would reach out and say, hey, let's hang out. Because I was like, here's a guy who's surrounded by people that always want something. I don't want anything from him. I just want to hang out. And every time I would reach out, it was just like a hard no. Same thing when we were with Justin.
I think basically, maybe I have a vague memory that one of those times when you just wanted to hang out, he basically invited you to a party.
Yeah.
But you're like, you're not into that stuff.
He
so-
invited us to come to the party. I went to the party. He only cruised through like very briefly, and that's when I made apparently this apocalyptic comment about him partying too much, which, by the way, doesn't sound that rude, even when he retells it.
I mean,
And then he says, "You're right."
he does have this crazy parties like every Friday. He should at least be self-aware of what he's doing.
He's known. I mean, people know him in L.A. in the partying scene as the crazy Beverly Hills party guy.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't seem like much of a stretch to comment on.
no, it's true. Well, he said it's true. So I think if anything, I was just like, "Yo, dude, let's hang out." I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, let's hang out.
Probably just a lower IQ.
You think I'm a lower IQ? Actually, all these people who believe in like IQ and populations generally give the. Actually, you're lower IQ.
Yeah.
I'm higher IQ.
I rubbed it off on you, so
Oh shit!
we're both just low IQ.
It's so funny when you listen to these people. They say apparently when these like IQ raters by they give that the see look at my IQ level working right now.
Ashkenazi, is that what you're going
Ashkenazi
for?
Jews have the highest IQ of any population. I'm here to prove that single-handedly wrong. So I smashed that
Heard it here,
stereotype.
folks. The bell curve
Yeah.
is bullshit.
Got you there, Notch.
What now? Yeah, I don't
Right,
know.
your DNS test. We found out you were like 99.9%.
Yeah, 1
Ashkenazi.
billion%.
So there you go.
Pure chosen person. Does it sound like chosen person? Acid reflux.
Clear your throat.
I'm trying. It's like never ending. Like I go, and then the mucus is like, bloop.